Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel and another episode of Project Porsche. Looking very sad here in the garage on the battery charger, because it hasn't moved, really. It has been winter out here. We've had a couple of snowfalls. They've melted off already. You can see it's been raining. It's cold. It's like 35 degrees outside and I'm chattering like crazy. I am not from around here. I don't do cold very well. And apparently neither does the Porsche. So battery went flat just from not being driven. But I wanted to give an update to you. We did a quickie update talking about the shocks that I picked up for it, the JRZs, and kind of that finish out of the season, which I really need to get my button gear and put together like a season recap with all of the autocrosses from in-car in a row, so you guys can see everything that Project Porsche did last year. So I'm going to keep working on that. You guys can go ahead and bug me, but what I wanted to show you tonight was actually something important, because we have ordered the things that the Porsche needs to be ready for the season, because the annual tech is coming up again and we got to check the car and all that stuff, and we're going to make some changes. So I ordered this stuff here from a company called FCP Euro. This is not sponsored. They have no idea who I am. I really had no idea who they were. We had ordered the one set of brake pads for the Project Audi from them, and that's it. I paid full price for all this stuff just like everybody else. So this is legit, real consumer what you get. But they do these really cool oil change sets, which I wanted to share with you. When you order it, you get however much oil you need to do the oil change in whichever brand you pick, but they give you the right weight and the right Euro code and all that stuff, and then they give you the filter. And again, you can pick your setup. What's really cool about it is they also give you a new drain plug, and that's not all. They also give you a new drain plug gasket. So that's every single oil change kit, whether it's for a Volkswagen or an Audi or a Porsche or a BMW, whatever. They only do the Euro stuff. But when you get the oil change kit, they give you everything, which is really cool, because, I mean, these things add up, and they're really nice to have and replace them every time, especially the gaskets. I don't know about doing the drain plug every time, but you know what? If they're going to send it to me, I'm going to put it in the car. And then you get your real good OE parts like the moly filter here and the liquid moly oil. So we've got everything we need to do an oil change through Project Porsche. We're also going to do an engine flush on it before we change it. So this is a liquid moly Proline thing. I've used this a lot before. It's really good. With the old oil, you put all this in with the old oil, get the engine nice and hot, and then you immediately change it, and it works fantastic at getting deposits and all that kind of stuff out. We used this on Project Cobra when we first bought it. What was it, 4 years ago? When we finally got it, we used this on the Javelin to bring the Javelin back to life years and years ago and stuff. I swear by that stuff. So I got that for Project Porsche. And then while we're doing filters and things, I went ahead and picked up a Moly fuel filter from them. So there's an OE Moly fuel filter for the Porsche, just because I have no idea when that was done, and we did a whole thing of racing. So here's all the part numbers in case you're wondering on that stuff. You can pause the screen there, but you can see I also ordered spark plugs. I got some NGK spark plugs for Project Porsche and some new spark plug boots. So it doesn't really have wires. They're like coil on plug, but the coils sit way higher than the plugs. So they have these little extendo boot things that go in there. And these tend to get dry and brittle and cracked and things like that, and they're really not all that expensive. So I went ahead and got a full set of boots for it too. And then the first real mod, basically, other than tires to this thing, I went ahead and got an AFE power air filter. In street class SCCA Solo, you can't put on like a cold air intake or anything like that, but a replacement drop-in filter for the factory air box is allowed. So we went ahead and picked one of those up. Don't know if it'll actually get us any power or anything like that, but I prefer these kind of filters because they're easy to keep clean and they do tend to flow a little better when I can. So anyways, we got the AFE power filter. Gonna do the oil change, and man, that was a lot of oil. We're going to do the engine flush to it right before we do the oil change. There's our oil filter. Can't forget our little drain plug and gasket. And then, of course, we're going to do that fuel filter. And then the ignition system. We're going to do the spark plugs and boots. So that is all stuff that has to be done to Project Porsche very soon, so that she's all ready to go for the year. You can see our battery could probably still use some more charging and stuff. We'll make sure to take care of that. And then we've got some cosmetic stuff to do. We're going to buff up these headlights and kind of work on the bumper here a little bit. We hit a couple of cones and, you know, knock some things out of whack and whatnot. So we'll get to all that in future videos, but that's just to give you a little taste of what is upcoming with Project Porsche. We're going to start hitting it fast and heavy as this winter weather goes away, or we can just kind of warm up enough to work in the garage. So I'm going to get this thing off the charger out of the way because we actually got to work on that one next, which will be a whole other video. So tune into Project Audi to see that stuff. Otherwise, until next time, this has been Plays with Cars with Project Porsche.